Hello my people, I hope you are doing okay. My name is Ineza Guy, and today we are going to see functions in Dart. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So let's create a new file and call it Dart function.dart, and let me do void main, and let me start by creating our first function, check even. We are going to check if a number is an even, and a value, and it will return value modulus 2 equals, is it equals to 0? So here we are checking if a number is even. If it's divided by 2 and the remainder is 0, the number is even. As you can see here, we have one statement, return value and modulus of 2 if it is equal to 0. So we can simplify this. So I will explain very well at the coming examples. Here bool, it means the returning type here, it has to be boolean, a boolean value. And here we can simplify this by using arrow syntax, what we call arrow syntax. Let me just comment this, and we can do this. So we can omit those braces, can remove them. Let me do this. It is equal. I'm sorry for my English. Let me do this and copy this. This is how you can simplify this in one line. So this is the same as this, yeah, and it will return a boolean value as is indicated here, bool. I hope you can see that. So if you have any question, just ask in the comments. Let's continue. And there is void test. When a function has a void, it means it will not return anything. It will not return anything when it is void, and there is no return. Let me just write here above, no return when it is void. And there is you can even do test. Let me do test 1, test 2. This is another function too, but here it will return something even if we didn't specify boolean or integer or final. Here it will return a dynamic value. So but don't do this. You have to put a return type. Here there is no return type, so you have to specify. If you don't specify, it will put a dynamic value, which is not good in programming. So you have to specify. So it is a good practice, yeah. Let me just comment this too. So let me show you how you can assign a function to a variable. Let me take this function and put it outside of main, and I can assign that function to a variable. And you do bool function, and you have to specify a function is an int. It will take an int and do checker equals to check even. It will be int check even. That's it, check even. Yeah, so this function, this one here, is assigned to a variable checker. Yeah, this is how you can assign a variable to a function. Let me just write it here down. Assign a function to a variable. So I can do even print. Let me just do print. Can use this variable checker and I pass an argument. Let me say 6. So we are going to see if 6 is an even number. Let's go to the terminal, new terminal, and we will do that function dot. Let me just hide this so we can see very well, and let me press enter. As you can see, it is true. 6 is an even number. Checker is equal to this check-in even. Yeah, and let's continue by seeing anonymous function. Anonymous function. An anonymous function is a function which doesn't have a name. For example, bool function int. We are going to assign a variable to a function is even, or a function to a variable is even, and do this int value and modulus to is it equal to 0. If you put double equals, we are just checking if this is equal to 0. And this is an anonymous function because here we don't have any name. Here there is no name. That's why it is called anonymous function, because here we don't have any name. As here, as you see here, there is no name, but here we have check even. This is a name, but there is no name. This is anonymous function. And if we do print, but it is assigned to a variable, print is even, and I put 13. Let me run this file again. You see it is false. 13 is not an even number. And the anonymous function, you can have anonymous function with a single line with this, or I can even write another example of single line anonymous function. Anon equals, and do this 7 plus 9.5. This is an anonymous function with a single line, and we can have multiple lines, and let me just write that function final. My name equals string nickname and var let me do var my n equals Ineza, and do my n is equal to lemon. Just add there is the nickname. So here my name will be equal to this name, and I will add my nickname, but I have to return it. As you can see, this final my name, so I have to return it because I've specified is final. Let me return my and yeah, and here I have to put the single column, and here I have this function with multiple lines, and it is anonymous because here we don't have the name of the function. So let's continue. By declaration parameters, and let's start by named parameters. Named parameters, and let me do void. I will explain what is it. Test, and put braces and do int a and int b. And I will print a. Let me do $a and print b. Yeah, I think that's it. It is void to will not return anything. So to call this function, I will do, let me do calling. I will do test. I will do test. So a, I have to specify a. Let me do 2, and b, let me do 3. Here int a is, it can be null. If here I don't put a, the default it will be null, and this same for b. B will be null if I don't specify the value here. Let me just call again my file here in the terminal, and as you can see, a is 2 and b is 3. You can even put here A so you can see very well. B. A is 2, B is 3. And if I continue, I can just do this. B is equal to 0. Here the default will change. Int B will be equal to, int B is equal to 0. If I don't specify the value when I'm calling it, it will be equal to 0. Let me just show you. As you can see, B is equal to 0. But if I put that as towards, let me just show you. And print again, B will be equal to null. As you can see, B is equal to null because int question mark B. This means B is null. The default will be null. So let's continue. I can even use a keyword called required. B is required. Is a required value. Int. Let me do required int. Then I put required. So as you can see here, it is showing me an error because the named parameter B is required. Here I have to put an argument for B. How to do B? It is equal to 8 because here B is required, but A is not required. I can even remove A and it will not show me any error because A is not required. As you can see, A is null, B is 8. Here I'm seeing something which is printing. Let me just comment this. So let's continue with named parameters. Yeah, I think that's all with named parameters. If you have any question, just ask in the comments. Yeah, just ask them in the comments. And there is other thing we call positioned parameters. Yeah, let me just put another here. Let me change this. These are named parameters, but there is positioned parameters. In position parameters, we use square bracket. Yeah, it's called square braces or square bracket. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, this is position parameters. The difference is this: you don't have to specify the name in here. You don't have to specify. You don't have to specify the name in positioned parameters. The first argument, and the difference between parameters and arguments. Parameters are these ones. When I'm declaring a function, those are parameters, but when I'm passing values, those values are argument. Here, like here we have one argument 8, and let's do 8. Here we passed one argument. Let's see what we will get in the result. As you can see, the one argument is for A, because it is positioned parameters. The first one will be for A, and if I put another one 9, there we will get even a value for B. As you can see, those are positioned parameters. And let's continue by showing the last example, nested function. Let me do void test inner int value. This is a parameter, and this is a nested I forgot to put nested. This is a nested function, and it is a function which is inside another function. Int random value equals to random value. It's a function, sorry, and I use syntax arrow function random and do dot next int. Let me do 3. Here we are going to generate integers, random numbers, integers, and this function random is built inside that. It is a library that I'm importing. I have to import that.math. It is a library in that. Yeah. And let me do final random is equal to value plus random value, and then I print number. It is a number, sorry. Here let me just put number, this variable. Let me print number. Yeah, I hope you can understand this. So I think you can understand this. If you have any question, just ask in the comments. Let me just code this function so we can call it the end of this video. Test inner, and let me put a value. Let me just put 5. Let me run my file again, and here we have 5. So the random number was 0. Let me just run again. I get the 5 again. Okay, let me just change here and put 11, and let me run again and see. I'm getting 5. Okay, I'm getting the numbers. I'm getting 13, 15, 5. Yeah, that's it for today. If you have any question, just ask in the comments. Yeah, you can ask in the comments if you have any question about function in that. I will respond very quickly. And you can subscribe to my channel if you are new, and share the video with your friends who are learning Dart or Flutter. It is better to start by Dart when you are going to learn Flutter. And see you in the next video, and comment even an emoji, it will help me. So see you, peace.